Gerald Washington knocks out Robert Helenius in the 7th round in a fantastic fight. I mean, not the good fight. What do we talk about? Well, this was an interesting fight, and I forgot about this fight. Genuinely think it's an interesting fight. And going into this fight, I would have put Robert Helenius as the favorite. I would have predicted him to stop Gerald Washington maybe in 8 on. I know, one thing about Helenius is he's got power. He's got power. And I would even edge him to have a bit more power than Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington's a fit guy, but just seems to be mentally always doubting himself in terms of gun shy. So I just felt that Helenius would have the more power. Helenius looked more slicker. He had the better boxing skill. He's better boxer out of the two. And we saw that early on in the round 1. Helenius had a better jab. I gave Helenius the first round. Washington showed his natural physical advantages in this fight in terms of him being a bit more better fluidly, a bit more stronger in the inside. And he was establishing a jab to the body. And mentally, Helenius looked very off in this fight. He just looked very head in the clouds. The way he was throwing his right hand, the way he was just very hesitant to do everything. It just felt like he wasn't doing that much. And Gerald Washington looked like he had more to prove in this fight. He looked like he was ready to hold something in and go for something, going into the 3rd and 4th. Both guys were cagey. A lot of good hits to the face. Both of them took both guys' punches early on. A lot of clinches. Washington, for some reason, a lot of the clinches was going in head first. So I thought that was particularly weird. They both looked a little bit nervous and a little bit gun shy. But Gerald Washington changed it up when he hit Helenius with a good right hand, and it hurt Helenius, and he went back to the ropes. And then Robert Washington hit him with a couple combinations, and eventually hit him with a spectacular right hand, and literally dazed Helenius. Helenius looked tired. He looked like he was slowing down the pace anyway. And I think he was more tired than hurt, but obviously putting it together, when you're tired and you get hit like that, it's very similar to the Tony Bentley knockout when Usyk knocked him out. It wasn't necessarily the power that knocked out Tony Bentley. Obviously, he got hit, but Bentley was tired. He got hit with a shot before he got knocked. He got hit a knockdown shot, and the accumulated shots can just put you down. And he looked exhausted. And the same way with Helenius, he looked exhausted. He looked out. He looked tired. He just looked gone. And I'm happy for Gerald Washington. He needed a good fight like this. He needed a win. And it's a credible opponent. Don't get me wrong. He stopped with Helenius. Robert Helenius hasn't got the best of chins. He's been knocked down before by lesser opponents. But it's the point of getting the win, and it gives Washington some kind of inner confidence in himself. And he can be looking at, fighting Charles Martin or what other guys are out there, Spilka maybe or Chisora or even a Huey Fury and trying to get back into the mix. Both guys are not necessarily going to be world title challengers, in my opinion, not for a while now. But these kind of fights give you exciting fights. They are exciting fights to watch. And I think Washington is going to take a lot from this. Helenius, I don't know what's much to offer, really. When you lose to Washington, there's levels to this. He was a favourite with the better skills, the better pedigree, the better power, in my opinion. I think he's a bit taller as well, so he had a better reach. I think it was a bit mentally for Helenius, and he's had a lot of injuries in his career, and it's just kind of messed him up, in my opinion, what I've taken from it. But Gerald Washington, what do you guys think? Where does he go next? I'd like to see him in with a Spilka, maybe, winner of Spilka Chisora, maybe a Takam. Because he's right back in it now. He's right back in it, and he can look for some good money fights. But I think maybe the Charles Martin fight might be the more makes sense fight. I'm gonna do a video on Charles Martin's fight as well. But I was happy with this fight. It wasn't the most amazing fight, but I just liked it because it was two guys big guys, and I knew there was gonna be a knockout in this fight. I knew someone was gonna get knocked out, and because they're just two big guys that have a lot to prove, bottom level, loser really goes home, winner stands a chance of doing something and earning a little bit more money. So let's get it. So let's go it. Let's do it. But let me know what you guys thought about this fight. And it was a good fight. I was looking forward to it.